In this video, we're going to go through some answered questions about Master Strikes that are relevant to those who are having a hard time pulling it off. But before we get to that, it bears mentioning for those new to the game that we can unlock the move from Captain Bernard. We need to get any weapon skill to level 5, and the fastest way to go about it is to practice with him using any melee weapon, except for the mace so we don't get injured. Afterwards, we ask him to train us, but we will be tested first. If Bernard evaluates that we are proficient enough with the weapon, he'll teach us the skill. Once unlocked, the move becomes available to all melee weapons regardless of skill level, except for polearms. So for example, if we trained with the longsword, the Master Strike will also work with the axe even if they're not at level 5 yet. The most common query I've encountered so far is, how do we actually execute it? The in-game tutorial states that during combat, we should wait for the shield icon to flash before pressing block. But in my experience, this method is too unreliable as a prompt because it happens too quickly and too late. Also, if we decide to play the game in hardcore mode, there is no shield icon to begin with. So instead, I'll state here what I've been telling everyone so far. Watch the opponent's shoulders. Since enemies in this game don't feint, their shoulders are a good telltale sign of when they're going to attack. When you see it move in conjunction with the rest of their upper limbs, block. It's that simple. Once you get the hang of it, one-on-one fights become trivial. In fact, we can just stand there facing the opponent, countering every attack they throw at us until we win. Give it a try next time you enter in the Ratai tourney and win some groschen on the side. I also read a question about the MS timing window being tied to the weapon skill level. Allegedly, the higher this is, the more time there is to pull it off. I, however, cannot substantiate this because I never had any problems doing Master Strikes even at level 5. But it's in the game manual, so it's probably true. This is something we can take into consideration alongside the tip I mentioned earlier. Now, pressing block to do a counterattack is a bit confusing, so it's quite understandable that some of our friends in the channel asked if we need to manually press the attack button after blocking to do a Master Strike. And the quick answer is no, they're automatic. We can, however, follow up a Master Strike with a manual attack that's almost always guaranteed to hit if we act quickly. This combination is the key to winning every duel. It's so effective that it motivated me to make this suggestion video of what Warhorse Studios should do with Master Strikes if ever they decide to make a sequel. The link is in the description if you want to see it. Regardless if you have already perfected the Master Strikes or you're on your way to practicing it with the help of this guide, in my opinion, we will all eventually reach the same realization that the move is just overpowered, to a point where all armed hostile encounters just seem too easy. But just like the Dishonored series, where the protagonists are clearly too powerful, I believe the difficulty of the game is not the hook, but rather it's the amount of fun we can have given that kind of situation. There's a very good reason why Kingdom Come Deliverance has a strong player base even today. Among other activities, I think the fact that we can dominate an enemy with the press of a single button has something to do with it. If you have any questions about the game, the comment section is always open. Warhorse Studios themselves are also very active here on YouTube and on Twitter. I will leave a link to their pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.